Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. It's 11 a.m. UK time. And if you've been here before, you know this is not usually the time for the lives. The lives are normally a little later, maybe about 2 p.m. UK time. But I have a poorly child who is not in school today, and I've got my hands full. Look, bear with me. I just remembered something. People, forgive me. Forgive me, I was here and then I disappeared. Sorry. Right. I know a few of you are in the chat. It's early, yeah. Right. If you used to be in here, you will know that I am really early, and that is because I have a poorly child who is not in school today. So my day is a little bit, I told you, the lives are just like, life just lives and the lives get affected. So, yeah, I just thought I was going to come and make the live and then get it out of the way, because I think I'm tired of me just disappearing on you. Okay, I don't want to do that. Believe me when I say I value your time, your commitment, and your association with me. I value it. But life just lives. And the ways of the lives are such that when life happens, some days I cannot be here. But today, I just thought I will make the effort and not just disappear to my other commitment of mothering a child, a sick child. So today we're just getting straight to it, be done, so that I can go look after a poorly baby. At some point I've got to go to the GPs and do stuff. My day is packed. So thank you for stopping by. You are in good company with Lollipop and everybody else. I think I saw Dolly, and yeah, Dolly is here. Dolly, hello, lovely. How are you, my dear? I hope life is treating you well. Lollipop, how are you? Everybody in the chat, I hope you are well. Let's get into it. I'm baking a 6-inch vanilla cake. There's not much to it, but every time I get a chance to come and bake a layered cake with you, I take it, because I know making layer cakes doesn't come easy for some people. So this is a recipe I have done time and time again. It's not new. I'm going to try and talk you through the ingredients and my decision making for those of you who may be new here. But for those of you who have stuck around, this may not be new at all. So here's when I'll make a polite request of you. There's 12 of us in the chat. If each one of you just took a moment to like the video, it might just inform YouTube to kind of get ahead and boost the video. Dolly says, hello, Odo, I'm blessed. Oh, Medofopa. The family is great. The boy is poorly. That's all. So I've got what you would normally not see me in the morning, but I've got to get this out of the way very quickly. So great to see you all, and yep, let's get to it. If over here I have 495 grams of margarine, and into that I have added 640 grams of granulated sugar. And then next to that is some eggs. There's 400 grams, 405 if you like, but what you need is about 390 to 415. I leave room because I find that even though I weigh my eggs, the eggs don't always weigh the same, if you like, and sometimes like, do you take some off? Or but the recipes, if you've been here before, you know that my recipes are completely adaptable, so it makes room for adjustment when necessary. We have 170 mils of kefir here. Normally the original recipe I derived was made with milk. You could add milk and then vinegar, but the kefir just adds a little touch of something to the crumb. It's moisture enhancing, which means your crumb will be very moist and not dry out very quickly. But the acids of the acids and the proteins over here will help tenderize the gluten, giving you a richer but delicate sponge. So I'm using kefir. If you don't have kefir, an exact substitute may be buttermilk. But failing that, you have the same quantity in milk, and you have full 2 tablespoonfuls of clear distilled vinegar. That should do the job for you. And then we have 650 grams of self-raising flour. Now, if you're in the UK, you will know self-raising flour. If you're not in the UK and you don't have self-raising flour, for the quantity here, 650 grams of plain flour, you need about the teaspoonful, the full teaspoonful here, and a half. So a total of about maybe 7.5 to 10 grams of baking powder, not baking soda, baking powder. This recipe is adaptable. You can do both. So you can do half it, 1 teaspoonful of baking powder and half a teaspoonful of the baking soda, because then the soda will react with the kefir to add a bit of something to your crumb. So that is it. I see a prayer in the chat from Dolly for the little guy. Thank you, Dolly. I am sure he'll be fine. He's got a cold and a sore throat, and he is not his best self this morning. Mama has got her hands full. He didn't sleep well, but look, we move, okay? Nothing is going to stop us. For the quantity and yield, we are using the stand mixer. As you would know, I like convenience here. Dolly, are you not working today? Or you are on a break and you thought you'll come hang out with us? It's almost lunchtime, isn't it? I don't know where my morning has gone. It's been so busy because when you have a poorly child, everything just like moves on so quickly. So yeah, here we are. Right. So into that, make sure your ingredients are room temperature. Do that, please. We're going to start with the sugar and the margarine. But anyway, if you're in the chat, how are you people? How are you? It's Monday morning. How is your Monday going? Come tell me about your Monday and what's up with all of you. I mean, my Monday is a little busy over here, and I'm trying to get these bakes done whilst also like taking care of a child. But this has been my life for a little while, so we are all good. Yeah. There you go. So we're going to cream this for up to about, what, 7 to 10 minutes. And then we'll see. We have, okay, so that will take us to 12 o'clock because the time is coming up to, the time is coming up to 12 o'clock. Zoe, right? So I was asking how your Monday is going, and Dolly says my Monday has barely started. I slept in whilst my husband had the kid. Not long finished my first coffee, sitting on the sofa watching the live. Oh, what a lovely morning for you, Lollipop. Well, my morning started at 4 a.m. okay? Because little guy was hot through the night, couldn't sleep well, but we are fine. And Zoe has school. Zoe says you should make a cake with Alice, the caking girl. Who, Zoe? I may be a little old-fashioned. Who is Alice, the caking girl? Who's? I know I'll Google stuff, okay? I'm not going to be like somebody who says, oh, I knew that. In this moment, I don't know who you are talking about. You can give me some context, but I'm sure I'll go and Google stuff. But that will be later, okay? But why do you think I should make a video with this person? I'm sure it's for good reason, but I'm curious to know. Wouldn't it be exciting, though? Maybe you should go tell them. Dolly says, my Monday is free. I'm not doing anything. I'm just in the kitchen drinking, thinking of what to cook for tea. Dolly, I feel you. Okay? I feel you. If you... Okay. Drizzy. And let me see who this cake person is. Because the kids... Okay, let's see. Alice... Oh, okay. Okay. I think I've seen bits on there, but she's a child though. I've only just seen the highlights, so people forgive me. But she's a child. Or am I? Well, maybe you guys should go and... Okay, you know what, Zoe? Sounds like a good idea. But you know how YouTube is like? For someone to want to collaborate, there must be a shared value here. I am hearing it for the first time, so I don't know. Maybe you should go and tell them. Maybe you should go and tell them, and then they can let me know. I don't mind. As you know what, I will give anything to talk about a cake. Okay, if you haven't noticed, I love cakes. I will talk about cakes with anyone, as long as we have a shared value. Okay. So maybe you should go and tell Ellis that, oh, there is somebody you want them to make a cake with, and let's see how exciting that would be. Anyway, let's not forget what we are doing here. We are creaming the sugar and margarine together, and this has been going for 4 minutes. We want to do it for 10 minutes. So this is the first 4 minutes. Let's go for another 4, and then it will get pale, it will increase, the texture will change, because the better we get this, the better it will support the base of our cake crumb. Okay, so I'm going to continue creaming this, but whilst we are at it, I haven't disappeared on you. The postman was at my door, so I was attending to that. Well, maybe. Oh, Lollipop did a roast yesterday. Stuff from the freezer. Well, honey. You know what? 1 second. I have my head stuck here. I need some water. People, maybe we should go back to having lives in the morning and afternoon, because it seems like the morning is so lovely. For those of you who are just joining me, thank you for being here. We are making a 6-inch vanilla sponge cake. There is something I'm looking for. Okay, I found it. Seems like for most of you, you are having a very easy Monday, which is not bad. My Monday is alright, except I have a poorly child to take care of. So thank you for stopping by with me today. Oh, Lollipop says my neighbor moved out yesterday and gave me the rest of the freezer content, including 6-pack of Kirkland giant chocolate muffins. Ooh! Okay, Lollipop, come and share the muffins. Come on. Come and share the muffins. Yeah, the Kirkland muffins are huge. They are the Costco ones, right? Yeah, They are from Costco. They are huge. They are like bigger than the jumbo sized ones. Anyway, my people, we have been creaming this for close to 9 minutes now. Will a minute make a difference? Not really, but this is what we are looking for. You want to make sure that it's there, right? That's what we are looking for. And on this note, you can keep creaming. Mopo one in the chat. Thank you for stopping by. If you don't mind, you can keep going, but there's no right or wrong way to do this at all. At this point, it is time to add the eggs, okay? But I'm going to add the eggs in a slightly different way. I'm adding a couple of yolks first because we have about 7 yolks, and I'm going to add 3 to help the base. And then we are going to beat Mopo. Is it Mopo or Mopo? Thank you for stopping by, everyone. Hello there. Good. Well, it's good afternoon, okay? Because it's 11:50, and I hope whatever you're doing, you're having a good day. For those of you who are at your various workplaces, I hope you don't hate Mondays, okay? Lovely to have you, and I hope yeah, the egg tool came with a mixer, and I remember complaining that I didn't want it, and now I do actually, okay? I don't need an alarm for 12:30. So we are still letting this go for a bit. Moko, where are you joining us from, friend? And then in the meantime, so let's see, let's vote, people. Do you think the lives in the morning like this will, because if we do the lives in the morning, we are going to literally cut off our American audience, because Tapeta is still in bed. It's about 3 a.m. for some of my American audience. There's no chance your Aunt Jackie's and your Tapetas will make it to the live. But it would be lovely to make the lives in the mornings so that it's like a morning thing. I don't know. Gladys, don't go getting any ideas. Okay? Don't. Just let it be. Time to add the eggs. I know. I keep saying I was going to. You know what? I haven't gone to my computer. I've had my hands full with other commitments. So Lollipop, I haven't kept my promise, but I will find them. I miss Tapeta too. I miss her. I'm like, Tapeta, I hope you are okay. And then we have the final bit of the eggs going in. You let that cream. Oh, the little spatulas, yeah. You know what? The spatulas were great. The glass bowls, not so great. They're all broken. So I'm going back to my Pyrex, okay? Those bowls went the hassle. I'm left with only this and the small one. Meanwhile, the small ones were 4 and there were 3 of these. They were all broken. So buy your spatulas from Lidl, not your glassware. And then there will be time to add the flour. You want to make sure that your mixer is running at a very low speed, and you add the flour a little bit at a time so that it's incorporated. Half of that is gone, and then I'm just going to take the entire kefir in there. Normally it's advisable to alternate the liquid and the dry ingredients, but it's not much. What am I alternating? Literally. Right, so what I am going to do is scrape the side. There's Mina. Mina says hi. Mina darling, hi. I am trying to get the eggs at the base to mix. And by the way, the flour has some salt in there. Remember that. If you don't add salt to your cakes, I don't know what you are doing. Okay, you're missing out. Okay, let's add this, and then let's go back to creaming things more. How many things will you get out? Dolly, I am making a 6-inch tall, but this is, I have the quantity, the original quantity, which I have documented. I'll make a note of it for you if you care. I'll put it in the description box. The original amount, as in, what am I even saying? I have scaled it to the full recipe and a half, but the single recipe should make 6-inch cakes that will stand at 6 to 7 inches high. So a fairly, not super tall but not small. 6 to 7 inches is high, and it serves 20 to 24. So I won't call it a double barrel, but this quantity will yield you a 9-inch, like double barrel 6-inch cake. So I have a few cakes to go out, so I thought I will make the batter larger and then just bake, and then save the rest for another thing. That's why. But the original recipe makes 2 5-inch tins that bake super tall, like, and it stands at 8 to 9 inches. The original recipe, 2 5-inch tins, and then it will bake 6 inches, 2 6-inch that will stand at 6 to 7 inches tall. So you either have a double barrel 5-inch cake, or a regular, not super tall double barrel, but a regular tall 7-inch 6-inch cake. And then the same quantity will make a 7-inch cake standing at 4 inches tall. So look at the batter. Mina says, I'm loving the earrings. Thank you, Mina. Okay, we've got this out. Mina. Mina, thank you. Mina loves the earrings, loves the nails. I guess Mina is trying to say, I love what you do and I love you. Thank you, Mina. Let me just wipe my worktop quickly so we can get to work on this here. Mina, that's so kind of you. We appreciate it. We appreciate some kind people over here. Okay, you're welcome to the house. Right. And we want to fill this just enough. If you don't feel comfortable or confident eyeballing this, that is fine. Perhaps you can use your you can use a weighing scale to get your quantities right. I am just eyeballing this, but then again, this cake is going to bake tall and I'm going to trim it as well. So this is going to bake. Remember that the pan is 4-inch deep. Okay, there you go. And so what I am going to do is get a spoon. First of all, you're going to stamp this over to rid of the air bubbles, and with a spoon you're going to spread the butter from inside out, which will create, if you look here, if I turn it, the butter will flow out, so I don't want to, but I also want to show you what I'm doing. So I'm creating a hole in the middle because the cake is going to bake from outside in, and the hole will create a chance for the top to level out nicely without a dome. I mean, a few different reasons cause a dome to happen. Normally I don't mind it because whether the cake domes or not, I am going to eventually trim it. But thankfully my cakes don't dome that much. So yeah, there you go. So that's a hole in the middle, and I'm going to, because this is baking deep, you want to be careful when you put the water in the oven, because I encourage putting a tray of water on in the base of the oven so that it helps to cool the oven whilst it's baking. It enhances a tender bake and an even bake for you. But when you're baking this deep, that is a thing you have to really consider carefully, because when your oven cools too much, it will affect your bake so much so that the heat in the middle may just not work, and you will end up with a hollow cake that is not baked on the inside. I think on that note, I'm going to actually skip the water in the middle in the oven today, because this, look, the pan is full to the brim and the lid is going to hold the overflow, if you like. So I'm not going to put some water in. We're going to bake it dry, but we're going to bake it low at 160 degrees C. Yep. Some days I have to stick with my own numbers. If I was just baking this, if we had about 3 inches of butter, yes, I'll put some water, because then the heat has time to penetrate and work and give me my best results. But with this, I don't want to have problems. Look, I'm already stacked for time. I don't want to come and create problems for myself. So Let's look at the timestamp. It is just about, it's 30 minutes past, but we're just going to ignore the 2 minutes and stamp it at 12:15. And our cake has to bake for an hour to an hour 10 minutes. So we are still waiting for 1:15, and then we'll see what our bake comes out like. This is not the only thing I'm doing today. I have quite a lot of bakes to go out this week, because this is going to be decorated tomorrow on a live, I hope. Maybe sometime in the morning. Let me not get ahead of myself. We're going to decorate this on a live, and then I have some vegan cupcakes that have to be, vegan chocolate cupcakes that have to be decorated to match these for Wednesday morning collection. So I have my hands full. And then after that, I have a football themed cake to go out on Sunday. So I'll be on to that. And then there is the humongous one. I have I have a gravity defying hexagon 3-tier. That is like, my head hurts even thinking about that. So, yep, 33 of you in the chat. What is on the back of my, Mina says, can you turn around? What is on the back of your, what, skirt? Look, I don't think there is anything there. It's my, is it this? What is here? Oh, okay. Is it the back? Well, if you can tell, this shirt am I. Okay, it's bigger than me. So is it the back of the shirt you wanted to see? Yeah. Mina, where are you joining us from? Oh, okay. You know what? I'd even forgotten there was a writing on my back. I'd forgotten about that. I thought you thought there was something on my back. So I was literally like, what is here? Mina, where are you joining us from? Oh, you're from Pakistan. Okay. Mina, thank you for stopping by. I hope life is all right and life's treating you well in Pakistan. You sound so positive and very kind. We are so grateful to have you today. Lollipop, have you finished the coffee yet? And, oh, Capo 441. Hello. Hello. And, there's quite a bit of you. There is, Rooks, is it Rooks Online? Oh, look, there's quite a few of you who were all talking to me. And then I was mouthing away about cakes. But anyway, lovely Monday. We are done with the cakes. The buttercreams are sorted. Look, the rest of the stuff will all be sorted and we'll be baking tomorrow. We are waiting to see the outcome of our cake. Normally, I'll say, let's go and come back. But let's see how we roll with this, okay? Let's see how we roll. But it's great to have you. There is 22 of you in the chat, okay? 22 of you. Where are you joining us from? Some of you, I know I live with you. Anyway, like Dolly and Lollipop, I live with you. So, hello. Lollipop, have you finished your coffee? You need one now. I haven't even had my tea, okay? I haven't had tea yet. In fact, I haven't had anything yet. I am looking to sit down and have a drink. Yep. Lollipop, you don't need to answer. So at least for Lollipop and Dolly. Dolly, have you sorted the tea for the people? If you haven't, I have some ideas for you. Maybe think about some palm nut soup. That is just by the way. I have a freezer full of stuff, okay? There's Mina who is joining us from Pakistan. Most of you in there, you are like the fabric of the house at this point. So you're welcome, okay? But we came to make a cake. The cake is baking. And yes, whilst we wait for the cake to bake, let's catch up on your cake problems, especially for layer cake. First of all, what are some of the trouble you have about layer cakes? Dolly, come here. Dolly, come and put your problems on the table. Let's answer them for you, okay? Lollipop says, Oh, Gladys, have you seen the Christmas stuff in Aldi? I got a green nutcracker and a pink and white red balloon. No idea where they're going. Lollipop. When I go shopping, I'm like this. Like literally. Because have I told you, I am an impulse shopper. Okay? I used to literally pick the thing and not think about how I'm paying. And can I tell you, that hasn't been very helpful. Okay? It hasn't been very helpful. So, you know what? I don't even know if I am inclined to shop for Christmas yet. But Aldi, when I go to Lidl, and more so Lidl, not Aldi, Aldi, I find I am more comfortable with the layout in Lidl. And when I walk into Lidl, I want to buy everything. Mina says you're brave to have a white shirt whilst cooking. Listen, Mina, this is not the reality. It's because this is more like, the white is more like a uniform. I normally wear a white t-shirt. And that is just to create some consistency with you, so that I am also not fussing about what I'm wearing. Okay? So think of it like a chef in a chef's uniform. But if I was cooking on the regular basis for my family, please, I am wearing a white shirt, okay? But I am at work with you people. Like, I have to dress up for the part. And you can't go wrong with a simple white t-shirt, because it takes away the mental stress of me having to worry about changing clothes every day. Because you know what? A girl cannot afford it, okay? If I showed up every day in different clothes, that would be weird. It won't be weird, but I think that just adds a layer of responsibility I would rather exclude. So the white shirt is more for practical reasons than worrying about it getting dirty. But you know what? I do have a selection of white shirts. I intentionally shop for about 10 of those, and every day I have a new one and I wash them. And I think in my last videos I could see the pits here were literally torn, and I have to go pick a selection up. That's a little bit of info about dress code in the kitchen, but that's just by the way. Yeah, Mina got to go. Mina, that is fine, lovely. Great to have you, and thank you for stopping by. Have a good day and see you soon. Okay, Heather. What's on the menu, Heather? Heather, cake's bacon. Okay, it's cake bacon, and we have a poorly guy who is unwell today, so Mama is looking after him whilst also trying to get a bake done. So we are just waiting for the next the next hour nearly, so that we can check the bake and be done. Normally the lives are much earlier, are much later. I start them at 2, but I think I've got like an inkling to start them much earlier. I don't know. I've been up since 4 o'clock. It's great to be here. Heather is asking what kind of frosting am I using. The frosting to go with this cake is Swiss meringue buttercream, and the cake itself is going to be covered in ganache. Actually, talking about ganache, I have the ganache that I'll be using right here. Okay, and if you have questions about ganache, go ahead, ask away, and I will be able to answer them for you. And if you don't have any questions about ganache, well, that will be great, because I have answered all your ganache questions, or at least I'm attempting to, by the various ganache videos. I'm actually in the process of editing together ganache ratios, and it's going to take a voiceover format because it's more like informative, and I just wanted to make the format really break it down for you and bring you some more information about it. So it's not going to be a clip from the live session. It's actually It's the film from the live sessions, but I was filming on camera. So I'm taking that footage and I am creating like a detailed script of a voiceover, breaking down the various Ganache ratios. It's a little bit technical to edit, so it's taking me a few days, but hopefully that video should be available for you to see on Friday. I said on Friday, on Thursday, so keep an eye out. If you're new here, I create simple, informative tutorials in every way and shape for you. And recently we are delving into the class format where I pick a subject and I cover it from start to finish. So for instance, the subject of Ganache is not just a one single video talking about how to make Ganache. We're talking about how we make the Ganache 2 ways, how I optimize it 24. In fact, I'm giving you the blueprint to my own business, how I use my Ganache for making cakes for customers and everything else in between. And then over that, I am also answering like general Ganache questions by undertaking the different projects surrounding Ganache and then using that as a way to practically answer your questions so that it becomes like a learning resource for you. So check those out. Tapita, I'm gonna bury my head in shame, okay? Because not just me, the entire community have been up in arms going, where is Tapita? And I'm like, I'm gonna email Tapita. If you go back to the chat when we started, you will see Lollipop, and I'm like, Lollipop, I'm sorry, I said I was going to email Tapita and I haven't done it. And she's like, don't worry. If you go back to yesterday, the live, you will see. Was it yesterday? No, it wasn't yesterday. It was on Saturday. Was it? Yeah, Saturday. We were talking about you. Tabitha, where have you been? Heather is asking what my ingredients are. Heather, I will answer the ingredient question in a minute. Let me just indulge myself a little bit because
Mama,
yes, darling.
Can you cancel the GP appointment because my sore throat is starting to go away.
It's getting better.
Can you just cancel?
No, we still need to go though because the GP still needs to know that you are doing better. So I'll take you. All right? Do you want a drink?
Yes.
Okay. Let me get a glass and get you some water. Yeah?
But Mama,
yes,
I
baby.
really wanted to do this and I never got to watch the video that I wanted to watch. It was,
okay.
I don't remember, but all I know, I just wanted to watch a video.
Okay.
And then because I didn't have, well, it wasn't because of time, because I had to do something else because you told me.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't watch all of it. So.
Okay. So do you want to go watch it now? So we are only watching, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, stay there. Let me get you a glass of water.
Even though I'm not at school,
I know.
That doesn't mean I can have the computer and play on it.
No, you can't play.
Yes.
But you can watch. Are we okay? Can we do that? Okay? Because actually, it's only because I am here. But let me get you your water. Yeah, let me get you the water first. Yeah? You want to say hi to the people?
Hi.
There you go, Baba.
No, I wouldn't be extra busy, Lollipop.
Yeah, that's fine. There you go. Right. Go sit down. Okay. Yep. Our little guy is feeling a lot better. Tabitha, you're not sure why you missed them. Maybe I will tell you why, for starters. Because I've been a little bit sporadic in the week. And I haven't, it hasn't been the consistent 2 p.m. time. So that may be a reason. But I also know one of the biggest reasons is because YouTube is not notifying you guys, which is like a problem with YouTube these days, okay? YouTube has just gone to the left these days, and I don't know what to do with it. But I'm not complaining. I've told you, look, the platform is free. You bring your attention, I bring the value, and then we stay on this place The platform is supposed to be free, but it is not free because YouTube counts on me giving you value and you sticking around, and then an advertiser pays some money to YouTube. YouTube take their cut and they give me a bit. But these days that money ain't worth nothing. Okay, but I'm not complaining. Okay, so the platform is like, it has issues these days. So yeah, the little guy, yeah, he will feel better. He will feel better. I mean, he feels a lot better, which is why he's come down to tell he's come to tell me how he's feeling, isn't it? Because he's come to tell me. Maham, we're baking a cake. The cake is in the oven, it's baking. And we were just talking about my the ganache I'm going to be using. Heather was asking, one second. Heather was asking the ingredients I used. I talked about the ingredients earlier before we started, but for the cake, the ingredients were simply margarine, sugar, vanilla, eggs, flour, and some kefir. I talked through all of that and why the intention for choosing those. Margarine and the sugar for creaming, creating the air pockets that will eventually trap the gases and help rise and create the crumb of the cake. Eggs for moisturizing properties and bind. Vanilla for flavoring. Kefir to add moisture, but also the acids and the proteins slowing down gluten production, helping to give me a very tender and rich crumb. And flour as the body of the bulk, essentially. So for Heather, those are the ingredients. And if you want to know the specific amount, we have 495 grams of margarine to 640 sugar, about 10 to 15 mils vanilla if you want, because vanilla is just like, I just pour the vanilla with so much love. We have 170 mils of kefir, and we have 650 grams of self-raising flour with about 7 to 10 grams of salt in there. And there is 395 grams of eggs to use. That's it. So that's it. Tabitha says the little guy, yeah, the little guy has got sore throat. Ice cream, yeah. Well, my little guy doesn't really enjoy ice cream, but he likes lollipop. Is it yeah, is it no, not lollipop. I have lollipop in my head. He the frozen stuff, the fruits that are frozen. What do you call it? He likes those ones. Yeah. What is it called? Suddenly I can't remember. Ice lollies. Yeah. I have lollipop in my head. Yeah, ice lollies. So yeah, Heather, those are the ingredients. But when I come to optimizing the description box, I'll put the details in there for you to see. But if you can't wait, this is a recipe that I have made time and again. It's actually a recipe I use in my business, and I have created it on different lives on here. And I also have it in long format where the cake is layered. So you can check those out for the details. But generally those are it's my very adaptable vanilla cake recipe. And you can swap some ingredients around. It will still yield you a great result. And the cake itself is amazing. Yeah. Yeah. I'm talking ice lollies. He likes lollies. He doesn't like the ice cream itself, but he likes ice lollies. So the fruit, the ones that taste like Coca-Cola and the Fanta and the fruit flavored ones, he loves them. There's Cheryl. Cheryl, hello there. Yeah, ice lolly sounds so much cooler than popsicle. I'm not calling them popsicle again. Tabitha, we are people of a certain generation, okay? So let's just embrace our time and just leave things be. Okay. There's Gaily Hughes, Icy, or Suck and Specials, all in the name of. You know what? We all have different names for different things, which is not neither. I mean, what are your memories? First of all, let's be honest. If you're in the chat, for your age, what is the name that you will call that thing? We call it. Growing up in Ghana, we didn't even call it lollies, okay? We didn't call it lollies, so I wouldn't know. But for your age, what is the name of that thing, okay? I mean, Tabitha has shown her hand by calling it popsicle. I mean, that is like me saying brazier instead of bra, okay? Cheryl says popsicle. Okay, so Tabitha, you are not alone. You are not alone. You have company. The competition for lollies and popsicle is tight. And Cheryl says popsicle. Tabitha, you might as well just stick to popsicle, okay? But lollipop. 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 Okay, Cheryl says, when I grew up, it was called popsicle. I still call it popsicle. I mean, you know what? I know the feeling of knowing something by name because that is how you were brought up on. And then the little people want to, of a different generation or a different, let's call it a different age group, want to tell you different. Like I said, I mean, some days I kind of feel like I don't fit into the whole conversation I raised because growing up in Ghana, we have different names for random things that if I started, you would be lost in the details. So I'll stay away. But I just want to hear. I mean, Cheryl says, I'm 61 years old and born in 64. Oh, wow. Okay. Right. Cheryl, Tabitha, see, saying popsicle is not a bad thing. You have company, okay? Just sit at the table and own your popsicle. It's a bit like when I say to my son, okay, Gail is over 7. You're all welcome, okay? Thank you. Can we put some respect on the age here, okay? Because people... As a Ghanaian, right? The way we were taught to speak English is different from the way English is spoken. Okay, the learning English is different from everyday spoken English, and I had to adapt to that way. So, for instance, like I said, a typical example is saying trousers and bottoms. They are two different things. I grew up on the word trousers. We don't know what bottoms is. Like, what? And then I came to England and I wound up with some random English guy over there. And when I said trousers, he would say to me, why do you always sound so proper? It's bottoms. And I got shamed into saying bra and bottoms. And then I had to ditch saying brazier. And Lollipop call it the bra boob trap. It's a safe space. safe space, okay? You can join the conversation. Yeah. Because I'm like, even saying the word brassiere still does something to my, because I remember the shame I felt for for being told why I should not say that. I'm like, do you know the amount of lashings I had to receive in school to be able to speak well? And then, okay, I'll leave it, okay? What's happening in here? Well, I guess the subject of the bra has gained some traction in there. Push-ups when I was a kid, and the other ones, or the stickers, were called let me wash my hands. By the way, Cheryl and Gailey, where are you joining us from? Are you UK based? If you don't mind sharing, let us know where you are joining us from, because that is something we curiously ask all the time. There is Frankie B, Frankie, how are you? Thank you for stopping by with us. How is your Monday? By the way, I hope you're all still having a good Monday. Some of you have had your coffee. Tapeta, it's been a while since we spoke about Mom. How is she? Cheryl is joining us from North Carolina. Oh my God. What's the weather like? Is it warm? I mean, the sun seems to be pretentiously out in the UK today. Okay? That's not the default setting over here. I mean, in Europe, it rains a lot and it's cold a lot. But it's a nice, cool fall day. No rain. Clear skies. Ooh, clear blue skies. Well, enjoy it. A nice fall day. I like the fall and the autumn. Are you preparing, since you're in North Carolina, I take it you're preparing for Thanksgiving. What's coming along? How is that coming along? And what's your activity? Tell us. We are just curious, because look, I'm sure you've had so much time Thanksgiving, but yeah, I think on Saturday we were talking about American Thanksgiving and the parallels of Ghanaian traditions, where there is just so much food and there's family and there's people. I'm just curious, what are you having? Turkey? And what's the star meal? Tell us everything. There is Slim Richmond. The sun is being pretentious. Is it showing up in the UK? Is it? Because yeah, it can be pretentious in the UK, because it pretends to show up a little bit, and just before you get ready in your sunny wear to get out, it just goes a little bit chill, and then you're like, let me put a coat on, and then by the time you find the coat and you step out, it's drizzling, and yet the sun is still up, and you're like, sun, can you make up your mind? In 8 hours you can have all the seasons and the sun will still be up. And that's the UK weather. There is Parkat, we missed you. Where have you been? Look at me. I forgot for a minute. Ha! Parkat. It just feels like walking into a stranger in town again. How are you? We haven't seen you here for a long time. Cheryl says she's preparing for Thanksgiving. Oh, she has 12 first cousins and they all have children and grandchildren. Look, that family table is gonna be lit with stories and memories and a lot of people and good food. And but you know what? It's the kids and the noise. Now tell me, what's the tradition? Are you going to cook and eat and leave the washing up whilst you're all going like doing the thing and being all happy? Or it's like eat, wash up before we go and have the fun? What's your tradition? Okay? Because I cannot relax when the washing up is staring in my face. I can't do it. But for so many people, even washing up as you go along won't hack it. So how are you managing this? And what's your role in all of this, Cheryl? Cheryl is going to have turkey, ham, candied yams, collard greens, cornbread. I know what I'm having. I know what I'm having. Okay? I know what I'm having. Cornbread, please. Thank you. And save the leftover for a sandwich next day. Parkat. There's Jonas K. Jonas. Oh, Parkat is having exams. Okay. I hope you are going to pass though. We don't do fail over here. Okay. How is it coming along? Are you confident you're going to come home with the results that will make everybody smile? I hope so. Right. So Gailey is asking how many minutes the cake has before it finishes baking. Thanks for your question, Gailey. The cake is supposed to be baking for an hour to an hour 15. Mind you, this is a convection fan oven. If you have a conventional oven, the heat adjustment and the timings will be slightly different. We got the cake in there at 12:15. So for the hours mark, we should be looking at 1:15. But the full time should be an hour to an hour 15. And at this point, the timestamp exactly here is 12:46. So we have at least 29 minutes to the hour. So we have half an hour more to the hour. But even at the hour, I'm not sure if we will be done yet. We'll still need the 15 minutes. So at least we have a minimum of at least half an hour from now and a maximum of 45 minutes from now for the bake to be done. Okay, so whilst we are keeping ourselves entertained, the cake is still something that is front of mind for me. In the past, we would bake the cake, leave it, and then come back. But that is if I have other commitments that are in the way. The good thing is that if I don't have any pressing commitment to take me away quickly, I stay so that we can get the full experience of bake to finish, so that you can get to see how the recipe has developed. And the live happens without editing, and there's no filter here. So you get to actually see every tip that I have handed in the process and the ingredients that were made into the cake, and then you get to see the results for yourself. I hope that helps. Cheryl says, yes, we're all from across USA, in New York and New Jersey, Virginia, Texas, Wyoming, Arizona. Ooh, look. The dinner table will look like a United States, okay? And the irony is not lost that you're all US people, okay? So I hope you have a good time with all the memories that you are gathering. Lollipop is going to go and attend to her little baby. She'll be back with us. Cheryl, Oh, Cheryl says, I like that you are from Ghana. I want to visit your country maybe the next year or two. You're welcome. Look, Ghana is amazing. It requires some adaptation, especially if you're used to conveniences of a Western environment. But the people are hospitable. The environment itself is just so lovely. And you'll meet some of the kindest people. And the weather is amazing. It's hot. Okay? It is hot all year through because we have two seasons. We have the rainy season and the dry season. But it's hot. So, yeah. Hopefully, I will meet you sometime in Ghana. Not in the next year, though. I won't be in Ghana in the next year, but fingers crossed. If you stick around, if I was ever in Ghana, you would find out from here before I make it up there. Anyway, so yeah. But I hope you guys just enjoy your Thanksgiving, which is actually this weekend, isn't it? Who is behind on Thanksgiving preparations? Okay, I like to talk Thanksgiving and Christmas, but not the commercial aspect. I love the family traditions of the cooking and the eating. I told you, like, we Ghanaian people just love to eat, okay? Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Oh, look, I try. Some days I can't do both, okay? I'll be honest. Some days I can't do both. Some days we are in class where maybe I'm breaking down a particular subject. But generally, the channel is very interactive. The good thing is that the mods, which include Star Peter and Lollipop and a few of our friends, like, you all have created relationships in the chat, okay? So even when I'm over here mouthing off about cakes to you, the chat is popping by itself and you guys are having a good time. So it's always lovely. It is always lovely. And it's great to have you. And thanks for being so open and so engaging in the chat, because I do understand also when other people make it to the chat but just want to sit on the fence. But I have all of you just being so engaged and so interactive in the chat. So much appreciated. We are coming up to 10 to 1, and that will leave us about 25 minutes for our cake to be done. Let's have a look, see what's happening over there. Look, I am such an impatient baker, okay? Some days I want to break the baking rules and open the oven now, but I know I can't do that, okay? I cannot do that. So we are going to wait for the cakes to be done, and then we can all see the results of the effort we put in for the bake. Cheryl, do you bake? Oh, it's 7:50 a.m. Yeah, so for my American audience, it's a good morning, good afternoon. Well, over here it's afternoon, it's midday, okay? When I did say, Tapita, before you came in, we were talking about where is Tapita and we missed her. And I said, maybe I should bring the lives back in the morning to UK time morning. And then I thought, Tabitha will miss it. It's 3 a.m. where she is. She can't wake up, you know? So no, I'm not going to change it. We'll see. We'll see. Because I think I can get it done in the morning and get things out of the way. But you know what? The lives are lives when life is lifing. So let's see. Cheryl says, Cheryl bakes. She bakes cakes, cookies, and pies. When I grew up, my grandparents had a farm. We had goats, chicken, pigs. Ooh, you. Now I want to come to your home and have some good food, some good soul food. Okay? Can you already tell I love my food? What coffee do you drink, Tabitha? Oh, I'm gonna make a suggested guess here. I don't think Tabitha is doing instant coffee. Tabitha, is that instant coffee or Tabitha, is it instant coffee or brewed coffee? Okay. I I don't drink coffee, I would know. I told you I was just making a suggested guess, okay? Because I kind of thought that you would go for brewed coffee because culturally that is what is more accessible because of the variety you have. It's just a guess, but I guess instant is fine, okay? That Lollipop, what kind of coffee are you drinking? What brand of instant? Arabica coffee. Oh, the roasted Arabica. Look, I know coffee because I use them for my chocolate cakes. That's all. I don't drink coffee. I will drink a latte from Starbucks or something fancy like the apple, what, no, not the apple, the toffee spice latte or something, but I'm not a coffee drinker. So when the coffee conversation is happening, I don't know, okay? Instant coffee for the zombie apocalypse. Tapeta, you said you were going to Georgia. Was I right? Have you been and back? Did I miss it? I know, Cheryl. Miss Cheryl, thank you. Yeah. The reason why I like it is because it's nothing like coffee, isn't it? Because real coffee, the taste of it is just like too strong for me and I don't like it. So I go for the easy option of something that is labeled coffee but ain't it. That's all. Oh. Poor Tapita. Who cancelled it? I hope you had your refund. Because the way stuff are happening over there at your side of the world. Oh, Miss Cheryl is going to go get a second cup of coffee. I like it dark with just a little cream and a touch of Splendor. I don't use sugar. Okay, I take a Splendor is a sweetener. I could be wrong, but it's almost suggestive of a sweetener instead of sugar. Oh, well, I don't know. Coffee just makes my belly feel a bit fuzzy. People, whilst we're still yapping, don't forget that the cake is still baking. We are not done. We are coming up to 1 o'clock, and that will leave us 15 minutes to the hour, and then we can happily open the oven and see what is in there, and you will see me squeal and jump around and giggle like a baby. Okay, I love a good cake when it is baked. Anyway, whilst we're at it, good people, wherever you are, if you're new here, just let us know. We know our friend Cheryl is joining us from North Carolina, and she's told us about her Thanksgiving plans with the family, and it's great to have her. So show her some love whilst we're still here. If you have cake questions, can you please put them in the chat? I'll answer them for you, especially if you're having problems with layer cakes. Because what we are baking is a layer cake. It's a deep 4-inch bake layer cake that we are going to kind of take apart, set up, and then make a cake, a decorated cake out of. It's going to be a road safety themed cake that was ordered by a professional client. It's a set of solicitors, and they are having a bake sale for road safety awareness. So I am also donating some cupcakes to go along with it, which is vegan cupcakes, just to go along with the bake sale to raise some money to support some road safety awareness over there. Lollipop, I only add 1/3 of a teaspoon of demerara sugar. All you fancy posh people making different options of coffee and stuff like that. Tapita, I didn't have enough time to get that. Oh, yeah, I remember you said you couldn't get the ID and then the passport something, and then it got cancelled. But wow, did you get your money back though? or you hadn't made the investment. It was all in the planning phases when it all fell apart. Because sometimes some of these travel people can be so mean. Oh, they are so mean and so inconsiderate. They will take your money. Lollipop, tell us. Lollipop says nobody here would remember the road safety hedgehogs from the 90s and 2000s. Lollipop, tell us, okay? Tell us. Because first of all, I wasn't here, okay? I wasn't here. I was born in 86 in Ghana. So it took me a long time before I would have come here. So culturally, there are some things there are some things I wouldn't know. Tapita says it all fell apart in the planning phases. Okay, what a way for it to fall apart, okay? Because yeah, save your money. Tapita says I wasn't there. Lollipop, you're showing your age now, aren't you? Anyway, she says it was a safety thing when I was in primary school. There was adverts, and you have to. Okay, let's see. Road safety hedgehogs. Okay, is that what I'm looking for? Road safety hedgehogs. Is it something like this, Lollipop? Is it something like this? Tabitha. Okay, I don't know if I can play the video, but I will see. I'll watch the video later. Lollipop. Yeah, Tabitha. Don't worry. We'll be all right. Okay, a little bit of a bit of pain in the knees and a bit of pain in the hips, and a need for a hot water bottle that you cuddle like your best friend. Endless cups of teas, some silk pajamas, a nicely made bed, and that's it. It can't be that bad, Tabitha. It cannot be that bad. Okay? So yeah, February will come very quickly. And I'll be entering into a whole new decade. Now, that is a little bit scary. But you know what? I mean, I can't be mad about growing old, okay? Growing and learning. I can't. Tabitha says, I also spent a few moments convincing myself we were in our 40s. I better just drink more coffee and shut up. No. I mean, you know what? The good thing is I'll make it there first and I'll come back and tell you. Okay? The sad part though is that even if I told you it was bad, you couldn't stop yourself making it there, because you know what? There's only one way that goes. You can't go back in time. So I'll come back and tell you that at 40, you want endless cups of tea, less drama in your life. What do you guys think is old? I think people 90 years old. Oh, Cheryl, you know what? As a young, immature 20-year-old, I thought 30 was old. And then I turned 30. And I thought, oh, I had my son in my 30s. I thought, oh, that's not. And then I'm turning 40 soon. And suddenly it's like, oh. But it's not something I worry about too much. Like, I don't wake up. I know people who feel like they should achieve certain things or do certain things by a certain age. I don't live by those rules anymore. And in fact, in my 20s and my 30s, I felt this wasn't anybody's problem anyway. It was the time of my life and the circumstances at the time. I almost felt left behind, if you like, but that wasn't because anybody was pressuring me. That was the time of my life and the state of mind I was in. But once I came out of it, I'm like, you know what? Every year that comes, every year that comes and you have contentment in your life, you should be grateful, because not everyone makes it a year plus. No. So it's a gift and a blessing to be alive. And there's a blessing in growing old gracefully. That's all. Oh, Tapeta, grandpa passed at 65. That is so young. My dad passed at 58. Can you imagine? And now I think about it, I'm like, what a young life lost. Yeah, lol. Miss Cheryl says, I don't even think I'm old and I still will be 62 in June. There are people that are in their 80s. You know what? Can we all agree growing old is a state of the mind? Okay? Okay. I think we are 50 minutes into the bake. I don't know if I'm impatient or I'm just silly. Let's check. I'm scared. When you see me doing my little dance, I'm not putting it on because baking deep can be challenging. Okay? Baking deep can be challenging. But I will show you what the results are in a minute. Okay, let's get to it. Miss Cheryl said, yeah. Oh. Put the oven light is on, darling. The oven light is on, Gailey. The issue is not the oven light. The issue is my oven glass that has weathered and smoked out, and it's dark and it needs scrubbing. So I can't see through it. I can just about see Blair, and I need to kind of, it's the sort of oven where you have to unscrew the door and take the glass out, and I don't know how to do it. Does that say something about me and my bacon? Okay. Right, that is it. Lollipop says my oven lights are broken. I don't know why I'm laughing. Ooh. See? So, you know what? Today we are at the tea table. Today is not therapy session. We are at the tea table where we are catching up and meeting everyone. That is so lovely. Yeah. I mean, for everyone who's lost someone young, And you know what? You don't realize, I don't know, but you don't realize how young the person feels until you look at it in hindsight, isn't it? Because when I lost my dad at 58, I didn't stop to think, oh, that's young. And now you look back and you think, oh, what, that is so young. So for Miss Cheryl to lose her mom at 43, that is incredibly young. Wow. Oh, your dad was 64 when he passed, Lollipop. Oh, 64 is still young. Hmm. Oh, look. Oh, so we've all, like, my mom was an orphan though. Before my mom, by the time my mom was 10, she had lost both parents. So the grandma and grandpa on that side of the family, we didn't know. And dad, before dad was a teenager, his dad died too. So we didn't know grandpa from that side. And then his mom passed away in her 60s, if you like. Oh, God. Yeah, Tabitha, well, you know what? It's funny to come to think about it. When I think about my mom, right? I have such deep feelings of sadness for what her life must have been as an orphan, really. You know? I in the past I've spoken to her about it, and the details are so horrifying to think that my mom's life was that difficult. It's just so heartbreaking. But then to kind of imagine, to know that, and all the unimaginable struggles and suffering, and for her to be able to have 5 children, which includes myself, and to bring us up in the best way she did. My mom always is my North Star. When I think about her, nothing could be so bad. Like, when I think about, like, I've had some real shitty struggles, like, anyway. But the thing that never, like, if I ever come to tell you some of the struggles and your jaw is on the floor and you're like, how did you make it through that? It was very easy for me to make it because I had to think about somebody who I know, who is my mom, who had it worse than me and still is living. So some days, you know, even the bad situations can be inspirational, but it doesn't take away the toll of it. Look at all the family members we have lost so young. Miss Cheryl says, yeah, when she thinks about it, she thinks, yeah. You don't think of being young. You don't think of losing a family member that young until you look back at it. And now she thinks her mom didn't get to meet any of her 11 grandsons. She had no granddaughters, but she had a great granddaughter, and when I had my granddaughter. You know, I mean, if you're a thoughtful and empathetic person, these things just really land and affect you in a way that you would never have thought, though. Because this is a loved one, like somebody you love so dearly who has died so young, you know. And The thought of it is just like so scary. It just makes you want to pray for every day that you have with your own children. I mean, as a parent, nothing is more scary than thinking your children are ill-equipped to survive this life without you. Lollipop, thank you. Lollipop says it shows how strong she was and how you turned out, Gladys. And she did a wonder. Thank you. I'm sure my mom is over here jumping over the heels going, yes. You know, some days I don't even think of it as strength. I just think of it as sometimes, you know what? Sometimes knowing that you are strong is a privilege. But what if you don't know and you just have to live? I mean, imagine by the time you had any sense of the world you had, the people who were supposed to love you unconditionally are all gone. And you are in the most abject situation of poverty in a village somewhere that has no like electric. Like we're talking the stuff that will make it to the movies, like so dark with no hope, and yet you wake up and you carry on. I mean, I don't think my mom will tell you that is strength. My mom will tell you her strength is of the Lord. That's my mom's language. She will be like, my strength comes from the Lord. So I don't think my mom actually looks at her situation. I mean, I don't want to speak for her, but having spoken to her so openly about some of these experiences of her life, I don't think she even like could conceptualize what her situation. For her, that was normal. Whether it was pain and suffering, she just had to live and survive. So I don't even think she thinks of herself as some sort of hero. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I imagine when I think of, I mean, when I think, I don't even want to think about it on her behalf because it is so horrendously sad, like some of her own life's experience. But like I said, when you don't have anything else to compare to, that's just your concept of normal, you know? We get to look back at it and think, gosh, that was hard. But she probably never knew anything other than what she was dealt with, and she just had to accept and keep going, you know? Well, it's 1:15. Let's go look at the cake. Okay. Am I excited? Yes. Why? Because every tip we employed has baked well. Look at the cake. It's baked flat tops, right? It is even. Let's look at here. I think the hour would have been okay. Oh, well, it's exactly an hour anyway. It didn't go to the hour 15. It's exactly an hour. And we have the flat top bake. Mind you, these tins are 4-inch deep. These tins are 4-inch deep, and now we have the lip added to it. So you are looking at 4.5-inch going. Look. And I am... Now, you don't know the quality of your bake until you can dip something in the middle and it comes out all clean. So let's see. Okay. All right. Let me just be doubly sure. Okay. It's all come out clean. Yep. There you go. And on that note, our cake is baked. So we're going to leave this on the countertop. We're going to leave this on the countertop to set for 10 minutes, and then we'll flip it on a rack. And then that will be it. If you have any questions, about how to bake a tall cake, ask away, and I will answer you. There you go. Thank you, Lollipop. Lollipop, you just have a way of making me feel special all the time. I want to put a knife through this and start eating the top of the crust. But I know I cannot. There is something about salt and sugar that makes the crust of a cake that I love. Right, so let's turn it down for now. Okay, this thing is hot. Okay, it's hot. Don't be fooled. It's hot. Okay, that's it. It's got body. That's the cake in its full. Okay. 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 There you go. 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 Okay. I know. Lollipop. I teach you to hack the science of baking. Okay? And so that's it. Look at how delicate this bad boy is. Evenly baked, nicely textured, great butter. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Well, now let's see. Ooh, okay. Yep. That's it. That's it. Look. Do you want to learn to bake like this? Stick around, okay? We live here. we live in cake land. Look at that. Look at those cakes. Now, if you're a doubting Thomas and you kind of think, actually, I want to know how tall these cakes are. 4 inches. 4 inches. That's it. 4. This is 4.5. Okay. If you have trouble baking your cakes tall, stick around because we teach you how to do this easily. And I didn't do this by some stroke of magic. You saw me literally bake the cake here, mix the ingredient, hand you all the tips, and voila, here we are. So if you haven't considered subscribing, I don't know what you're doing. You're going to miss out. Okay? That's all. But that's the cakes. We have it. It's a full hour. And we've got all of that done to kind of tell you how firm. Because the thing is, you are either... Okay, let me just geek out on cake a little bit. But let me move this out of the way so I am not talking over the cake. The thing with anybody can bake a cake, okay? I am not special. And I mean that. The difference is that there are nuances about the type of cake you're baking, the methods you are employing, the science behind it, and how that supports your objectives. It is incredibly hard to get a nicely textured cake, layered cake, that bakes deep and is not heavy. And that is because of the science of it. That is not to say you cannot bake a layered cake that has structure and stacks well. You can. But the alternative will be to not bake it deep, but to bake it in single layers. That just makes sense, because then it's like, well, I want to get a nicely textured bake, but I don't want to go through all the trouble for wanting to make it deep. The only reason I like it deep so that I can tort the cake into single layers and stack is for the convenience. Because unless I'm using my commercial oven, which is here, for the home oven, baking single layers, which is about 2 to 3 inches, is still going to take me a lot of time and a lot of bakes to put in and take out. And I don't like that very much. So just for the convenience, I just like to bake deep, because this will make a cake that stands at 7 inch. Because by the time I thaw them and take out the crust, I have a cake that stands at 7 inches high. And for that, I just derived the cake by just one single bake, and that's it. But otherwise, I would have needed 4 2-inch pans, which is the shallow pans, and then bake. And sometimes there's a dip in the oven, so when you bake the 2-inch layers, you have to tort it again to level. It's a lot, you know. So baking deep takes a bit of understanding and the process and the science, because you're up against how the heat radiates and bakes your cakes for you. So I know it's hard to do, but I have had to obsess about it for years and years and years to be able to get the results I get consistently. And the goal is to hand that to you for free. So you're welcome. Our cake is done, and we have been able to catch up today, and we've talked about the people we have lost but still fondly remember and cherish so dearly. And we've talked about our own lives and things we are going through, from different illnesses to stuff like that. It just makes you grateful for every day you have. And I just saw Lollipop's message. Even if we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we shall fear no evil. Boy, wouldn't that be such a good note on which we sign off? That however your morning is started, keep your head up, be hopeful, and even if you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, for the Lord is with you. Okay, so have a good day, people. I have a poorly child to take care of. Thank you for stopping by and for spending your morning, afternoon, and part of your day with me. We will be back perhaps same time tomorrow. I don't know what same time looks like anymore. Okay, it might be in the morning, it might be in the day. Check the community post for updates, and I'll catch you on the other side. Take care. Happy baking. Heather and Gailey, who stopped with us today, thank you for stopping by. We hope we will see you back here soon, and all the best with your Thanksgiving activities, and we'll catch you all soon. Much love. Bye.